episode of Fly as Fuck. Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope your new year. Wait, yeah, your new year. Happy New Year,
It's freaking
everybody.
2024.
It's 2024. This is crazy.
Hi, girl. It's gonna be good.
It is going to be so good.
Crazy. We're gonna be freaking 28 this year.
Oh, no, 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 no. That is not in my mood board.
I know. CJ was asking me, he was like, because there's a place in Minden, Nevada called JT, which is like where everyone goes out. And I went there for the first time the other night, and CJ was like, where was it, like people your age or like adults there? And I was like, that's a great compliment
Yeah.
because you still think I'm young. You still think I'm part of the youth.
Yeah. I also would
But
take it.
no.
If my sister said that, I would have taken it like, oh, like you're not a full, like an adult, like you're still a child. Like, yeah, I guess I am still a child.
Yeah, I'm just living at home right now. But yeah, it's gonna be a good year. I'm excited. I feel like we learned a lot. 2023 lessons learned. Go listen to the pod. And I'm excited.
I know, me too. I'm like, it's always a fun time of the year. Not that I like to do resolutions, you know, my thoughts on that, but to set goals and to kind of see where you came from last year. And it's just like, oh, there's so many things that are about to happen that you don't even know. It's like exciting. But you know me, I'm a Pinterest girl. I freaking love Pinterest. And this time last year, we were together and I really enjoyed the time that we took doing our little like mood boards. I still have mine in my room. I'm pretty sure you still have one in your room. But obviously, since we're not together, I kind of wanted to do like something similar along those lines. So because I'm a Pinterest girly, I just did a new board, like basically a freaking mood board on Pinterest. And I was kind of like looking back at it and it's kind of all over the place, but I love it because it's just a nice like visual representation of the goals that I have for the year. I feel like you're similar in mine of like just that like feeling of what you want 2024 to like represent.
Yeah. What is the thing when like someone's pregnant? I'm not pregnant, but when someone's pregnant, like nesting or something?
Yeah.
Is that
Is
what
it
they call
nesting?
it? Like before the baby is born?
Yeah. Are you in your
I
nesting
don't know
era?
if maybe it's like, I think I am.
Same.
I think I'm in my
Before your baby
nesting
is born.
era. Because everything that I pinned is like I pinned something about what house plants need what certain types of light. I was pinning like cakes that you can make for your friends for their birthdays. Just like crafty cultivating like my little space, you know?
I
I feel
love
like
that.
it's not a lot. Like, yes, I'll travel and probably do some fun things this year, but I feel like it's more of just like cultivating my little space. I will talk about this when we talk about our ins and outs, but like I want to like host and like cook for people and like have people in my space that I've like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what this hand movement is, but that's
Well, it's like my
that's
claw.
my vibe.
My vibe.
What is yours?
I love it. I didn't necessarily have that on mine, but I definitely think that that's that kind of year of just bringing in that good home feeling and having people over. I love the cakes idea. I've been, of course, baking nonstop. I need flour, butter, brown sugar, and more vanilla. Like I'm like, okay, I need to stop with the baking. But mine is very like the vibe that I get from this is like how do you say this? I'm gonna butcher it. Like when you do things like spontaneity, like spontaneous. I don't know. There's lots of books in here, so maybe that's my like nesting is just like I have a lot of like drinking wine while reading books, which I think is like totally easy for me to manifest because what the fuck else do I do? And
I
then
love
just a
that.
lot of like that creative feeling of making a space. I was actually thinking about this a couple days ago. Is I really like the way that I've decorated my room, but it doesn't leave me a lot of space to be creative. And I mean, I love a clean area. I love it being organized and put together. But sometimes I like look at my room and I see myself represented, which is great. But it's almost like I'm always having to have it like put together, like someone's going to come like viewing it 100% of the time. Like there's no, I can be messy and all over the place and paint splattered everywhere and like ideas and notes. And I haven't really like embraced that this year. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just
Mhm.
because like I didn't want that cluttered feeling, which I think sometimes I can get, but I think I kind of want to embrace that a little bit more this year. So just that feeling of just like good kind of chaos and just like see what happens at the
Mhm.
end of the year, like what sprouts out.
Yeah. Sprouts.
Sprouts out.
No, I love that. I think it's crazy to me that we're like on a similar wavelength and we haven't talked about this at all and we haven't been together in like 2 weeks.
I know, we're literally haven't even spoken. It's so weird. And then we look
I feel
similar
like
when you
that's good
said
though.
that, when you texted me and you were like, why do we look identical? I was like, we are morphing. And when you like the 2 days that you before you left, when you were here, we would like say we would be
The same thing
speaking the
at the same
same
time.
sentence.
I know it's weird. It's weird. They
Oh my
say
God.
you become like who you hang out with, and I spend most of my time with you, so
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing.
No, not at all. I love it. It's just funny. Oh
Well,
my God.
I am excited to share our Pinterest aesthetics with the world.
Oh yeah.
Follow us on Instagram if you don't already, Polite as Fuck podcast. But I think for more tangible, we had like specific ins and outs that we wanted to share. This is a trend going on right now on TikTok and Instagram of like what is in 2024 and what is out. And do you want to kick it off?
Yeah, what should we do first? Our ins or our outs? Should we start with our outs?
Yeah, because then maybe it like shows
What we're done
we're not
with.
bringing that in, but this is yeah. Okay,
Bye.
do that.
Okay. This is what I'm saying goodbye to in 2024. Oversharing, talking about
Wait,
boys. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
wait. Can you expand on what you mean by
Oh,
these? What is oversharing?
okay. So oversharing is my top one because I saw this on a lot of like people's my next one is funny. I saw this on a lot of people's like on Instagram or whatever, and it's just like I feel like I overshare in every situation. And there are just some things. You remember a few episodes ago when I was talking about how dramatic I am on how sometimes what was I saying? I think it was about career and like some days I want to do this and other days I'm like this. And I'm just like
Mm-hmm.
blah blah blah. I feel like I just dump everything all the time, whether it's like really, really good and positive feelings or like really, really shitty and like bad feelings. That I'm like, if I just sometimes kept some of this shit to myself, I one wouldn't be as fucking dramatic as I come across. And two, like maybe I'll feel like less like exposed or embarrassed of the mistakes that I make, you know, which is like, I don't
Mm.
need to feel embarrassed. But I think like sometimes I am like, it's hard to like have a vision on how you want your life to turn out. And then it's like not going that way. And then you have to like talk about it in front of everybody. It's like, well, maybe if I didn't share every single aspect every time, you know what I mean? It's just something that I would like to work on.
Okay.
That's my oversharing one. Talking about boys after every single outing. Goodbye. Goodbye. That's leaving 2023. Not doing it every single time. I
But
would leave.
sometimes
I feel like I'm going to challenge myself. Sleep on it. Sleep on these feelings, girl. Just because you were drunk and you thought that guy was cute, you are going to guaranteed, Ellie, you're going to wake up the next morning and be like, yeah, he's not that cute. It's not really worth it. I don't need to talk about it every single time I leave some sort of anything, anywhere, every time, all the time.
I will say like a debrief. Like when we come back and we're like, okay, this guy was really cute. This person was really annoying. Oh my gosh, did you see that? Like, I think that's fun.
I think so too, until like it literally the past few times, sometimes, I don't know, maybe it's just I made it up in my head, but I just hear myself like going on and on and on. And I just am like, I really need to just shut up. This is insane. So maybe instead of like stop, maybe just like reeling it in a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
That was one of mine. Another out for mine is sleeping in. I I love sleeping in. I think like I deserve to sleep in every once in a while, but I also really enjoy like slow, cozy mornings where you're like enjoying the sunrise and drinking your coffee and reading a book. Like that's just like, I love that so much, but I can never fucking do it. It is so hard for me to get up in the fucking morning. And I don't know if it's because I don't know what it is, but I need to fucking stop and enjoy the mornings because then I just feel so productive. Like it just feels so good that I just
Mhm.
to do that more. Doom scrolling is just, I mean, we talked about this last episode, and I think we need to, not we, I don't know why I'm looping us together, but
Well,
I
because
need to,
I do it a lot.
yeah, I just need to find, we said it last episode, some sort of balance with social media and like my phone and how I'm feeling when I'm doing, because sometimes I'll literally be like in the worst mood possible or like so hard on my body or just be like so upset about something about like no money or no career. And I will like almost specific Instagram knows or whatever knows that you're feeling shitty and it's going to show you all of the things you're missing out
Mhm.
on, all of these things. And I'm just like, I almost like it's like a bruise that I press. I'm like, oh yeah, let me just like punish myself. And I'm like, why am I doing this? This is not a good feeling.
Mm.
Um,
Mhm.
so I need to stop doing that. Mixing drinks. I think that needs to stay
Oh gosh.
in 2023. I'm definitely not going to stop drinking. I love drinking. But I think once I've decided to drink a drink for the night, I should stay with that drink for the
That's your
entirety
drink.
of the evening. It's in the pretty basic shit here, but has to
No,
stay.
sometimes it's good. You just need to write it down to be like, we're putting this out in the universe. This is what's happening because
Seriously. It's so bad.
that was traumatizing.
Yeah. Very traumatizing. One night stands, those are staying in 2023. It just is, it just never ends the way that I want it to end. So why do I do that to myself? Um, and then the last one that I put was comparing. I think that's just like a pretty basic thing that I'm trying. I think everybody is trying. And I think that kind of goes hand in hand with social media sometimes. Like I constantly find
Mhm.
myself comparing other people's everything in every aspect of my life. And I just, it's not good. So I'm saying goodbye to comparing.
How do you think you're going to stop that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's great, great, great. I think I'm not going to like pretend that I'm just like gonna stop. Or like one of the other ones that I wanted to put on my list was like stop being negative about my body. And it's like, or like just like stop hating on myself for whatever reason. And it's like, of course, that's great. I would love to stop, but it's not going to happen like right away. So, kind of what I was saying before is like when I catch myself kind of digging my like a hole and just like sitting in like my self pity of like, oh my gosh, poor me, pulling up like even the most basic things that I like about myself. It's almost kind of like when I don't want to work out or leave the house, I at least have to walk the dogs. And it may not be much. It may just be like walking them around the block, but it's like at least it's something. So if I'm like being hard on myself or, whatever, saying out loud like some things that I do like a lot about myself. And it doesn't necessarily mean like appearance or we kind of did this activity like a few months ago of just like what I am proud of or like what I have accomplished in my life and trying to remember those. So I like that similar outlook, but on like a day-to-day basis.
Mm, I like that.
It's a start.
I was listening to something with Jay Shetty, that guy that
Yeah.
like everyone knows who that is.
Well, I might not.
um and they say like inner child work or whatever, and I've never really understood that.
Yeah.
But he was talking about like thinking about your like 13, 14-year-old self and like visualizing that person and like what do you wish or what do you want to tell that person that like now. And it was like a really emotional thing that I was just like doing this like exercise that he talked through.
Yeah.
And I feel like I want to put like a picture. I used to always like write stuff on my mirror or something like in high school, like trying to motivate myself. But I was thinking like, what if I put like a picture of like little me? So when I'm looking at myself in the mirror, I see like that girl, and
Yeah.
I don't want to be mean to that like little girl, you know? I
Yeah.
don't know if that's like an idea that would be helpful for you, but I was thinking about taking a picture from home and bringing it back and putting that on my mirror because
I love that. That's
I
very
don't,
cute.
then you're like, why am I being so mean? Little Erica, it's
Oh,
okay. Like I always idolized my older self and like, oh, when I'm older, I'll do this. When I'm older, I'll be like this. When I'm older, blah, blah, blah. And now sometimes I'm like, why am I being so mean to myself? And like that little girl like looked up to this future me so much she didn't even know who that was going to be,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah. It's very true. I was very similar.
Um,
But yeah, those were my
is
outs.
that was that all your outs?
Hmm.
Okay. My outs going into 2024. Yeah, I don't know how you'll feel about this one, but the first one is constant little treats.
After I said no more baking,
because,
constant little
because
treat.
I feel like constantly I'm like, I'm gonna go treat myself to like a little coffee. I'm gonna, oh, like I haven't had like 16 chocolates today, so I'm gonna have a little treat. Or like, oh, like I'm feeling sad. I'm gonna like go buy something, treat myself. It's not even a treat anymore. It's just my daily life.
Yeah.
It's not even like rewarding myself. You know? I feel like it was like it's just gotten out of hand, the little treats that I get for myself. I'm like, this has got to, not that I don't want to have those things, but you know, every day, every
Yeah.
hour, it's like every hour I have a little treat.
Oh, I know. I know. And I mean, I know as in like, I know because I'm doing it. My little chocolate treat is becoming the little chocolate dinner. So I need to stop. It's like all I'm
Little
doing.
chocolate dinner. And it's not that like it's not out of a place of like hatred and like, oh, I'm like not eating right. I need to cut it out. But it's like, it's literally that it's not a treat anymore. It's
Yeah.
that it's just
It's
this
not
thing that it's
rewarding. It
my
doesn't like,
routine.
yeah, I agree. 100%.
Yeah. And it's not even necessarily like food. It's like a lot of just like me going out, spending money, doing stuff is not, it's just, yeah, it's just living.
Yep.
So that's one. I had excessive scrolling. I don't necessarily feel like I compare as much as I'm just like avoid things
Hmm.
or just like we watch a show and then it's time to get ready for bed and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna scroll for 30 minutes. For what? And then I go to bed late and then it's hard for me to get up in the morning and then blah blah blah. So my next one is trying to like not have screen time after 9 because I have it to where my phone at 9 p.m. goes on do not disturb and like my apps shut down and I just ignore all the time limits and keep staying on my phone.
Yeah.
But maybe
Maybe
I should
listen.
actually just put my phone away because no one needs like no one's calling me after 9. If someone texts me, I can respond to them the next day. It's not an urgent thing.
Yeah.
So I don't need to be on my phone. Um, we talked about this one last time, saying yes to everything in the past.
Bye.
Hangovers.
Oh, yes. Goodbye.
Goodbye. I know how to not have a hangover. I know how to go out, have a good time, and not be deathly ill. I know how to do that.
Yep.
So we're not gonna, yeah.
So why does it keep happening?
Because I say yes to everything. Because I'm like, yeah, shots. Yeah, let's go. And then the last one I have is dating apps.
Really? You're
I
saying
think
goodbye
that
to the dating apps.
I think that 2024 is going to be app free because I know that I can talk to people in person.
Yeah.
And I believe that I can, like, you know, I think that whoever I'm supposed to interact with, or I don't know if supposed to is even the right word, but I believe that if I'm making myself available and being confident, that an interaction will happen naturally, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, I totally agree.
So this will force me to do those things.
So wait, I have a question though. If
Okay.
I put on my out that I didn't want to do dating apps, would this cancel out the the dinner, the
No, because you
wine
didn't put that.
contract?
You didn't put that So it's not a thing for you.
Okay, well, I just thought I'd clarify.
Ellie, went on a lot of dates this year, and it's your turn. You said it's going to be your turn.
It is. It's my turn. We got to switch. It's going to be Ellie's 2024 dating wrapped next. So,
Should we share context on what we're talking about, or just have it
yeah.
be a
Well,
surprise?
I'm afraid because once we put it into the universe, that means if we share it on our podcast, it is a signed
It's a
contract at that
thing.
point. Fuck it.
Okay,
What are we
so I'll
doing?
say
But
it.
yeah, but you say it out loud.
Well, Ellie and I, before I left, I was like, I have this idea. What if I manage your dating app profile and just like get the dates set up or like get their number so that they start texting you? So you don't have to worry about like over analyzing profiles, the like annoying people that drop off the face of the earth, like having that impact you. It's just like the people that you're going to go on a date with or talk to will come to you. I'll be the filter through which they get to you, the vetting system.
You are my life manager.
Yeah,
I love that.
because I think it would be fun. I think it would be a good experience. I think, sure, not every day is probably going to be the best thing ever, but you'll have fun and
Yeah.
have some good stories.
So stay tuned, everybody, on that
Stay
one.
tuned. Okay, should we talk about what's in this year?
Let's do it. So you were kind of talking about like the treats thing and the being on the phone and all of that. And I totally agree with all of those things, but I kind of wanted to like put it into my ins as self-control because I almost
Mm,
every single year am like, I want to stop doing this. I want to stop doing this. And it's like, yeah, those are great like goals or something to like say goodbye to or have as an out, which it is. But it's also like I need to like fill it with something or like give myself some sort of like motivation or like build on like a muscle that's maybe like super fucking weak. And the self control is so weak. So weak. And I feel like I can use that with anything. Like I don't necessarily mean like eating or working out. I just mean like in anything. Last episode we talked about how Erica and I read an entire book series in like a week and did like nothing else. Like have a little bit of self-control. Like there's more than you know what I mean? Like that was a one-off. That was really
yeah.
fun. But just in like life in this year, just having a little
Yeah,
bit better self-control and working that muscle a little bit.
I like that.
Um,
It's crazy to me. I think about sometimes like swimming, like just like in that time of our life, the amount of control that you had to have, the amount of discipline you had to have in your day. And now it's like, I'll sleep in, I'll have a little treat, I'll do whatever I want, I'll read for 17 hours. Like we've gone the other side of
yeah.
what we were.
And I know I said not comparing, but like I've been thinking really like a lot recently of just like the life that I used to live with swimming and like how much we like work out or, all of these things. It's like I am delusional enough to think that I still need to eat the same amount that I was eating back then. Like I remember like like when the season was done in college and my senior year and we were all done. I was like, this is going to be a really big shift in my life. Like I know and I feel it in the moment. Like I knew, but like every year, every time, every once in a while, I'm like struck with like, oh my God, wow, like I did that. And here I am. Clear manifestations. I think
Mm,
not that I'm like woo woo manifestation all the time, but I do think like my words are very powerful. And
mhm.
I had this idea of what I wanted my like holiday break to look like. And like I went back and forth and all of these things. And then I manifested getting like another job, just like work. And then I got it. And it wasn't how I envisioned. And I had like a lot of people be like, well, you like asked for this. So I'm confused, And I feel like I did. So I'm like, I need to be a little bit more clearer on exactly what I want because if I
Yeah.
am not and I get something that I asked for that I didn't really want to say, but I'm out here like saying it's what I want, like, then what am I doing? I'm like wasting my own time and my energy and everybody else's around me if I'm like wanting to like bring them along with me, So
Mhm.
I think just remembering like I love that I have so much control over my life and that I'm learning how to better like understand what I want. But like when I am like manifesting, maybe just, be a little clearer on what
Be
I want.
specific.
Yeah. I put in for 2023 femininity, and I just mean like
2024.
fuck me, yeah. So that one's down the drain. No, thank you.
No.
2024 femininity. I just like, I don't know, that energy, like feminine energy. I think like, I don't know what it
Mm.
is. Maybe it's like the older sibling or just being like independent, but sometimes I just feel so like, "Rah," and I just like want to be more like,
No, that's so true.
I don't know how to like
Yeah.
explain it. I just want to work on it. I don't know how or what. Maybe I'll make my own a new Pinterest board for it. But like I just want, I don't know. I don't even know the right words. I was going to say softer, but I don't really necessarily want to be softer either. But I don't know. That's a
Mhm.
work in progress on that one.
I totally get that. Sometimes I'm like, I channel so much masculine energy, like even in my style, in like my voice and the way that I like talk sometimes, and just like my presentation of my own, like my mannerisms. And then I compare, which is not great, to like dainty, soft girls that like wear dresses and are always have their hair and makeup done. And I'm just like, I don't think that'll ever be me, but I totally understand the like maybe not going so far in the masculine side of your personality.
Yeah. Or just like embracing it as well. Like sometimes when I'm like feeling all of the emotions, because I am like a pretty emotional person, I almost like beat myself up on it of like why I'm like
Mm,
so sad, or like I'm not sad, I'm actually like angry, or like a full spectrum of emotions, and just like allowing myself to feel that. Or I don't really know, but yeah, just like I don't know how to put, it's just like that energy of just like I would like to explore that more.
yeah.
I also put signature look. So I don't know, not that I want to like be
Cute.
in like fashion or know what the fuck is going on, but I want to hone in like on a style that not only makes me feel really like good and comfortable, but it also like makes me feel confident no matter where I'm going. I think like a lot of source of my anxiety is like I'll have a in like and everybody does this where they have like a outfit in mind and then they go to put it on and you're like, "Oh dear God, this is not what I thought." Like it would just be nice to have a little bit of a wardrobe. We've talked about this before, like how you were saying, like just having like
Mhm,
your basics and kind of like building it up by not having like too many things. I think that's just kind of like piggybacking on that idea. And then just having like some
mhm.
sort of signature something, whether it's like a perfume or earrings or color or hairstyle or something. I don't really know, but I'm gonna figure it
I love
out.
that. That's what the year's for.
Yes. And then the last like three are just being self-aware, financially aware, and then like not being afraid to romanticize my life. Self-aware is more of just like, I don't know, I kind of like wanted to put that kind of goes into the at the beginning when I was talking about the outs for 2023 of oversharing, of just kind of be like
Mhm,
aware of where I'm at.
mhm.
Finances, always want to think about money at the beginning of the year. I don't know, I don't really have like a goal. It's just become like being aware of where I'm putting my money and what's important to me. And then romanticize my life. I just think like I always have like these big plans and like all these things that I want to do. And then when they don't follow through, I end up feeling like kind of like sad about it. And so it's like, instead of feeling sad or digging myself a hole, just being very like, this is my life. Like, it's okay to like, it's beautiful to like wake up and have coffee at home instead of like going to the, coffee shop down the road every once in a while. Like, that is like romanticizing, or like romanticizing like a drive that I don't really want to do, or like when I have to meal prep, make it like an activity or a fun like date to myself. So, which are like good practices to have. And I think I did some of that this year too, but I want to incorporate next year. That's what's in for me.
That's
Yeah.
what's in. I love that.
Thanks.
I have similar ones. Okay, so a few of my ins this year. Also, I'm sitting on a exercise ball,
I can tell
and
when you roll, it was at the beginning when you kept going like further back. I was like, what is she doing? Where is she going? Just zooming away.
sorry,
I love
sorry to
it.
be distracting. I see why people do this though. It's like really good.
Yeah.
Um,
Have you ever seen The Office?
Anyway,
The show
yeah,
The
along.
Office? You know that like
Uh-huh.
opener where Dwight is on the ball? It's like it's good for your core. That's all
No.
I think about. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter, doesn't matter.
Okay, so my ins for 2024, I think you had a similar one. I said intentional spending. I was looking at some like advice and blogs and stuff around just like spending habits. And obviously, I lost my job a few months ago, and I feel like has made me even more aware of how out of hand my spending habits were getting. But just like the 72-hour thing, like when you want something, like putting it on a list and leaving it there for 3 days and then being like, do I still want that? To like actually make sure if it's something that you want or need.
Mm,
I think it's a good little tidbit. Um, my style was also on there, but I was put minimalist style
mm,
because I just want to get like a really nice like black t-shirt, a really nice black long sleeve, a really nice white t-shirt, a really nice white long sleeve, good pair of pants, and dress it up, with jewelry
yes.
or something else. That's like I do like the occasional, like super cute, like this is obviously fun. My little sweater. I
Yeah.
bought myself a cute little sweater the other day. It's like I'm not gonna not have those things. But sometimes I just buy clothes and I'm like, when did I think I was gonna wear this? I
Yeah.
wear the same like 5 shirts every week.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
think
where that
like
was coming
building
from.
it like as a cohesive unit. I think I'm so guilty of like buying for the sake of buying because it looks cute rather than thinking about it as like a whole. Like the pants, the shoes that I
Hmm.
have, what I'm going to find like comfortable, like be nice to like build it all together.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I put making Saturday morning plans. That's an in for me because sometimes I feel like I think about things that I want to do on a Saturday, but I'm like, I don't want to have pressure. Like, I want to go out on Friday. But sometimes it's just like, maybe I should just make the plan and then I won't be so exhausted and then sleep in Saturday and then be bummed that I didn't go on the hike or do the thing that I had wanted to do.
Yeah.
Um, so that weekly budget checks, we're bringing them back. That was 2022 Erica. 2023 Erica fell off the face of the earth, but we're bringing it back in 2024, where you just do it once a week, so it's not overwhelming every time you think about your money.
I love
Coffee
that.
at home.
Mm.
I don't know how to make coffee.
I actually just made a fucking delicious brown sugar latte, so I can make you that and we can just have our lattes at home.
That sounds great. The thing is like you offer to make it for me, and then I never know. So then when I want coffee and you're not making coffee, I'm like, I have to go buy coffee.
I'll teach you.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I need to learn. Saving for a goal. Last year I just put like I saved a lot of money when I had a job and it allowed me to be able to do things, which was great. But I feel like it's nice to have like, why am I saving my money? What is it that I want to use this for? Why? Because then otherwise, I don't know. I used to be such a planner. Like middle school, high school Erica, like planned every second of her life. And then I don't know what happened. I just kind of am like, go with the flow, whatever people want to do, I'm fine with it. I think I need to find the in between there of like, there's also things that I want and I want to save for them. Cooking for people is an in for me. I think that the night that I made you and Groby dinner before we like went to Target and had ice cream and had that night,
Mhm.
I really enjoyed it. I was like, oh, I actually like cooking right now because I know that it's for someone else and I like it's like an act of service or something,
Yeah.
like it feels good to do. When it's for me, I want it to be over as quick as possible. I don't really care how shitty the food tastes. I just need to not be hungry and move on with my day.
Yeah.
So,
I love that. That goes hand in hand with
um,
like your hosting, all the hosting you want to do.
yeah, in my little nest that I'm building.
Yes.
And smiling at strangers. Did
I
this in
like
the Be
that.
Bold challenge. And I feel like I was reminded of like, get the fuck off my phone and smile at people. And there's a way to have interaction. And if I'm not going to be on the dating apps, it's just got to be routine at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah. I like that.
Taking big risks is in. for 2024?
Do you have a big risk in mind?
Well, I've been talking about like getting into like real estate investment, like investing in real estate, or like just doing something like, I don't know, that freaks me out. It's like, okay, sure, maybe I only need to put 5% down. And if I go in on it with someone, maybe that's only like 10, not like only 10 grand. Like that's a lot of money, but
Yeah,
it's not like $100,000, you know? But
right.
even then, it's like, okay, you take out a loan, you owe a lot of money. That's risky. That's scary. So I've just been like, I've thought about doing this for a long time. And I feel like there's other like big risks in terms of like going and talking to someone sometimes seems really scary or things like that. And I just want to not be so timid. Calculated risks, big
Yeah,
calculated risks.
I like that one.
And then my last two, one is audiobooks. I know you're a big audiobook gal. And I was listening to audiobooks because now that Spotify has them, I feel like it's like much more convenient for me.
Yeah.
Um, and sometimes there's like, I think what I'm learning is like I like to read like these like fiction is fake. Yes, fiction is fake. I
Yes.
like to read fiction and I like to listen to nonfiction
Hmm.
and or like listen to self-help. Like when I'm driving, like 15-minute drive or something, that like leaves me something to think about. I feel good, but it's not like taking away from like my reading time, you know?
Yeah,
It's like I'm doing other things while I'm listening to that.
I like that.
So that's in. And then my last one is printing pictures because
Cute.
I have so many photos that I never only look at when I'm on my phone and I want to not be on my phone so much. So maybe I didn't you like make a photo album recently?
Yeah, I'm in the process of making my Australia photo album that's been in the works for a few years.
But I love that because then you have that and you can like when you feel like looking at pictures, you can pull it out and look at it. And my mom used to be like a big scrapbooker, and we have a lot of scrapbooks from like when we were like babies. But I want to put together a scrapbook from my adult life and all the
Oh,
things that
same.
I'm doing.
Fully. I love a scrapbook and it's like a fun art project.
Yeah.
Like a
Except
record
for
everything
I
and
don't know that I will make it like I think it will just be printing it and putting in
yeah,
the slides.
little doodles.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be making stickers and notes and things because then that's when it becomes overwhelming and I don't want to do it.
Gotcha.
But 2024 at the end of the year, maybe I'll share some scrapbooks
Yeah, I love
with
that.
you.
I don't really have any like big things I'm looking forward to. I don't think like too much is happening. I don't know if we're gonna like do Florida this year. We try to like do every other year. So there's not like a one thing that I'm like looking forward to, which like kind of makes me feel excited because that's when like these like little things pop up and like
Mm-hmm.
it's not more fun, but just as much fun. Do you have any like big things that you're like looking forward to or that you've thought about that you want to have happen this year?
Um, my siblings and I have been talking about going on a sibling trip. I have a uncle who has a vacation home in South Carolina that he's like offered us multiple times, but we need to like decide soon so he can rent it out.
Yeah.
And if we can like pull that off, I think that'd be really fun.
Fun.
But aside from that, honestly, I feel like in the last episode when I talked about like falling in love with where I'm at, like making a home where I'm at,
Mhm.
that's really what I'm excited for is like just being stoked on my life and living it like right now and like all the little things of everyday life being present for it and our little space and all the things that we can do in San Diego and like just making the plans and doing them, you know?
Yeah. I love that.
That's what I'm thinking. There's nothing like honestly, if a big trip comes up and I'm able to pull that off or something, that would be cool. But it's not like the top priority on my list right now.
Yeah. No, I
What
agree.
did we talk about doing? We talked about potentially doing a trip this year somewhere.
Miami.
I'm out here in Miami looking for the hoochie daddies.
That's gonna be us in a few months. I think that's like pretty doable.
That would be really fun.
It's just like more like, I don't know. I'm not afraid to get older. But I also am like, we are in such a prime spot in our lives right now. And I need to be more like thankful and grateful for that and like excited. So I feel like I just want to like embrace that. I know that my life can be like messy and crazy and all over the place. But like if I embrace it and romanticize it, like, and just know that it's coming. I don't know. Like I'm excited to see. It's almost good that there's no big thing that I'm looking forward to. I mean, there's a lot of things like Miami that'd be so much fun, but not this like one momentous thing that I'm saving for. And then, because then I feel like, oh, that's it. Whereas like I feel like
Mhm.
this year it's just going to be a lot of little fun things that add up to just be like a really great year.
Yeah. I also feel like what I found helpful, like I wasn't really writing anything in my planner because I was like, I don't have a job, so I don't really need to write anything. But the last few weeks before I left, I was like writing stuff down every day that I wanted to do, like one thing a day that I was like, oh, Tuesday, like I want to go on a walk. Wednesday, we have the gift night, whatever, like
Yeah.
those type of things. And I feel like that just made me like excited for every day because it was like there was one thing that I was like looking forward to for that day. Whereas sometimes where it's like you only have like a big plan on like a Saturday or something, and the rest of the week you're just like going through the motions. I think it makes your weeks just kind of go by so quick, or just like your life blurred together, and you're like, what did I even do the last month?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is a really good quote. Maybe we can end on it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna butcher it. But in that book that the audiobook I was listening to, Jay Shetty's, it's like something about love, 7 rules of love or something. But the first chapter is all about learning to like love being by yourself. And he, I think, ends the chapter by saying something of like, when you wake up in the morning, hoping that you're going to have a good day, you outsource your happiness to all external factors. Like you are allowing your good day to be in control of whatever is happening outside of yourself, instead of like waking up in the morning and being like, I'm going to do XYZ, or like, I'm so excited for this, like things that you're in control of to allow yourself to have a good day. And I've been thinking about that a lot because sometimes it's just like, I don't even think about like the intent of my day. I just like roll out of bed and start doing stuff. And then at the end of the day, it's like, whatever, it was a day. But like really waking up and being like, here's what I'm looking forward to, or like, I want to feel this today, or I want to do this, instead of like, oh, I hope things turn out good for me, you know?
Hmm. No, I really like that. I do that a lot. It's a great way to end.
Thanks. Well, that's what I think the vibe is for 2024. Whatever that is that I just said.
Whatever that vibe is, that's happening.
That's We are not outsourcing our happiness, our goals, our things to other people. We're taking control. We're falling in love with our life, learning to love all the little things. And you don't have to have a massive luxurious trip planned to have a good year.
Amen, sister.
All right, y'all. Go write your ins and outs, make your Pinterest boards, follow us on all the things, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.